Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya hereby introduce and wish to bring to the people of Kenya the President-elect, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. Your Excellency.
Asante wananchi, tutulie.
I would now like to request the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary to proceed to administer the oaths of office on the President-elect and place the arena for the administration of the oath of allegiance and the oath of the due execution of the office, the Chief Registrar.
So, Mr. President, we'll begin with the first oath, which is the oath of allegiance. I'll ask you to lift the Bible with your right hand and place your left hand on the Constitution. Please repeat after me. I,
Uhuru Kenyatta,
in full realization of the high calling I assume as President of the Republic of Kenya,
I assume as President of the Republic of Kenya,
do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of Kenya,
protect and defend this Constitution of Kenya
as by law established, and all other laws of the Republic, and that I will protect and uphold the sovereignty, integrity, and the dignity of the people of Kenya. So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Tutulie.
the President-elect, I shall now administer the oath of due execution of the functions of office of the President.
Wananchi hatujamaliza.
Silence, please. So we will take the second oath, which is the oath of due execution of the functions of office of the President. Please place your, lift the right hand up. And please repeat after me. I,
Uhuru Kenyatta,
do swear that I will always truly and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the office of President of the Republic of Kenya,
in the office of President of the Republic of Kenya,
and that I will do justice to all, in accordance with this Constitution, as by law established,
and by laws established,
and the laws of Kenya, and the laws of Kenya, without fear, favor, affection, or ill will. So help me God.
So help me God.
Now, having taken the 2 oaths of office, Mr. President, you may now proceed to the signing table to append your signature. Honorable Chief Justice, you may also take your seat. Is there one for the President?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President, having taken the 2 oaths of office, is now seated at his signing table so that the oaths can be signed by the President. He is appending his signature to the first oath, the oath of allegiance of office. That oath has 77 words, and the word Republic of Kenya appears 4 times in that oath. And the theme that runs in that oath is protection, defense, promotion of the Constitution, as well as upholding the dignity of the people of Kenya. The President is now appending his signature to the second oath, the oath of due execution of office for President. That oath has 79 words. The words Republic of Kenya appears 4 times in that oath. And in that oath for due execution of office for the President, the oath commits the President to diligently serve the people of Kenya and perform his functions in accordance with the Constitution and do justice to all. The third document that the President is appending his signature to is the certificate of inauguration, which confirms that this ceremony is taking place here today, and that certificate of inauguration is a product of Section 13(3) of the Assumption of Office Act. The Honorable the Chief Justice is also appending his signature to the 3 documents. First, the oath of allegiance of office. Second is the oath of due execution of office for President. And the third document that the Chief Justice is appending his signature to is the certificate of inauguration. The President has completed the signing ceremony. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya is currently appending in signatures to the last set of those 3 important instruments. Once the certificate of inauguration, the oath of office, and the oath of due execution have been signed by the Chief Justice, They shall be sealed using the official seal of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya and President of the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice is signing the last of the 3 documents, which is the certificate of inauguration. As I said, the oath of allegiance has 77 words. The oath of due execution of office for president has 79 words. The recurring theme is defense of the Constitution, serving the people of Kenya, doing justice to all, promoting integrity and sovereignty of the Kenyan people. The commitment to preserve the Republic is evidenced by the fact that in both oaths, the Republic of Kenya appears not less than 4 times. Let me also just notify the public that the official Bible that we've used for the swearing-in ceremony today is the Bible that was used by the first President of the Republic at independence. Let me also notify the public that the Constitution that we've used today was the Constitution that was promulgated at Uhuru Park on the 27th of August, 2010. That copy of the Constitution is in the custody of the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice has finished countersigning, and the certificates are being sealed by the official seal of the Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. The documents are being sealed by the court officials in the presence of the Chief Justice and the Chief Registrar. Signatures have been signed. The seal has been placed in its position. I now hand over to the Chief Registrar to continue.
May I now invite the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Chief Justice to take their place in front of the mace for the presentation of the 2 oaths and the certificate of inauguration to His Excellency the President.
Wananchi, it is now my pleasure to bring before you the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Yes, please take your seats. CJ, take your seat. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the swearing-in ceremony for the Deputy President-elect. And I request the Chief Justice once more to take his place at the inauguration arena and proceed to introduce the Deputy President-elect to the nation. Chief Justice.
Whereas William Samoei Ruto was on the 30th of October 2017 declared as the duly elected Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, pursuant to the provisions of Article 138(10)(a) of the Constitution of Kenya, in the presidential election held on the 26th of October 2017, and whereas the chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission delivered a notification of the result to the Chief Justice on the 1st of November 2017, pursuant to the provisions of Article 138 10B of the Constitution, I therefore, David Kenani Maraga, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, do hereby wish to introduce to the people of Kenya the Deputy President-elect, Honorable William Samoei Ruto. I would now like to request the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary to proceed to administer the oaths of office, and I invite the Deputy President-elect to take his place at the inauguration arena for the administration of the oath of allegiance and the oath of execution of office. The Chief Registrar.
Tunyamaze.
Okay, I'll ask the Deputy President to lift the Bible with the left hand and place with the right hand and place the left hand on the Constitution. And we'll begin with the first oath, which is the oath of allegiance of the Deputy President. Kindly repeat after me. I,
William Samoei Ruto,
in full realization of the high calling
in full realization of the high calling
I assume as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya,
I assume as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya,
do swear that I will be faithful
do swear that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the Republic of Kenya,
to the Republic of Kenya,
that I will obey,
that I will obey,
preserve,
protect,
and defend this Constitution of Kenya
this Constitution of Kenya
as by law established, and all other laws of the Republic,
and all the laws of the Republic,
and that I will protect and uphold the sovereignty, integrity, and dignity of the people of Kenya. So help me God.
So help me God.
We shall now take the second oath. We shall now take the second oath, which is the oath of due execution of office for Deputy President. We'll do the same thing with your hand on the Constitution. And please repeat after me.
I, William Samoei Ruto,
do swear that I will always, truly, and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, that I will diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office to the best of my judgment, that I will at all times, when so required,
when so required,
faithfully and truly give my counsel
faithfully and truly give my counsel
and advice to the President of the Republic of Kenya,
and advice to the President of the Republic of Kenya,
that I will do justice to all
that I will do justice to all
without fear,
favor,
affection, or ill will,
affection, or ill will,
and that I will not directly or indirectly
and that I will not directly or indirectly
reveal such matters as shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secrecy. So help me God.
So help me God.
Having taken the two oaths, I now ask the Deputy President-elect to take your seat at the signing table. For signing, Honorable Chief Justice, please take your seat.
The Deputy President, having taken the two oaths of office, is also appending his signatures to the two oaths of office. The first one was the oath of allegiance, the office of the Deputy President, which in terms of wordings is exactly the same as the one that the President had taken. He is also appending his signature to the oath of due execution of office for the Deputy President, which is slightly longer than the one the President took. It is 121 words, as opposed to the one the President took, which is 79 words. The Deputy President's oath of due execution of office for the Deputy President's office is therefore 42 words longer than that of the President. Part of the reason is, when you look at the text of the oath, the Deputy President commits himself to giving the President counsel and advice. It also commits the Deputy President not to directly or indirectly reveal any secrets that may come in his possession by virtue of that office. That is why the oath of due execution for the office of Deputy President is much longer. The Chief Justice is also appending his signature to the two oaths that the Deputy President has just taken, the oath of allegiance, the office, and the oath of due execution. Unlike the President, the certificate of inauguration does not apply to the office of the Deputy Chief Justice. The one that the President had taken serves the two offices. These oaths are extracted from our Constitution. They are being done in conformity with Article 141 of the Constitution of Kenya, and the oaths are reproduced in the third schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Let me notify the public that the Deputy President used the Protestant Bible to take the oath, but the Constitution that was used was the Constitution that was promulgated on 27th of August 2010 at Uhuru Park. The Chief Justice is appending his signature to the last set of instruments that the Deputy President has said.
Excellency, the Deputy President, William Samuel Ruto, may I invite you to come forward and receive the oaths from the Chief Justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to present to you the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
Congratulations. This marks the end of the official swearing-in ceremony for His Excellency the President, Uhuru Kenyatta, and His Excellency the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. Thank you all. Congratulations. God bless you.
Could we please be upstanding as the judiciary mace is lowered to mark the end of the official swearing ceremony? Mr. Were. Could we please take our seats, and let me invite Mr. Wanjohi of State House to take over for the photo session. Mr. Wanjohi.
Asante sana. Naomba kwa heshima tuwe na kipindi cha picha rasmi. Picha ya kwanza ni ya Mheshimiwa Rais, Mheshimiwa Jaji Mkuu na msajili wa mahakama. May I invite Your Excellency to the front so that we can take that photo most kindly. Hiyo ni picha ya kwanza. Nitaomba sasa Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais aungane nao kwa picha ya pili. Your Excellency the Deputy President for the second photo. Nitaomba sasa Mheshimiwa Jaji Mkuu na msajili wa mahakama waweze kuketi. Tuwe na picha ya tatu ya Mheshimiwa Rais na Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, pamoja na Mheshimiwa Margaret Kenyatta na Mheshimiwa Rachel Ruto. Asante sana. Nitaomba sasa Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, Mheshimiwa Margaret Kenyatta na Mheshimiwa Rachel Ruto waweze kuketi ili tuweze kuendelea na sehemu ingine inayofuata. Wapiga picha sasa tuondoke tuweze kuendelea na sehemu inayofuata.
Basi mabibi na mabwana, tusimame tafadhali hivi sasa kwa fanfare, wimbo wa taifa na mizinga 21. Mabibi na mabwana, fanfare. Tutulie kidogo. Tutulie kabisa. Tutulie. Tutulie. Asanteni, tutulie hivyo hivyo. Tutulie kidogo. Basi baada ya shangwe kwa rais wetu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, amiri jeshi mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi, mkuu wa gwaride hivi sasa anakuja kuweza kuomba ruhusa ama idhini kuweza kuondoa gwaride hii uwanjani. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Mabibi na mabwana, tunaweza kuketi tafadhali. We have our seats. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Bendera ya kikosi ilivyo desturi sharti kuwa mbele ya gwaride kama vile unavyoshuhudia kala ofisa amani RSM. Baada ya gwaride kufana, wanajeshi hao wanaenda kujiunga na wenzao katika kuimarisha usalama wa taifa letu. Ningependa kuwashukuru wote waliohusika katika kufanikisha gwaride hii. Kenya Defence Forces Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer John Mdhoka, Army Sergeant Major, Air Force Sergeant Major, Kenya Navy Sergeant Major na wakurugenzi wengine waliohusika kuweza kufanikisha gwaride hii. Warrant Officer 1 Rafael Ngali, Charles Lelekwe, Warrant Officer 1 Sarah Wamboi, Joseph Opioleso, Warrant Officer 1 Samuel Loronyo Kwetipis, Warrant Officer 1 Wilson Wanakiteme, Warrant Officer 1 Steve Mwanzia, Warrant Officer 1 Chore na Warrant Officer 1 James Makori. Ningelipenda hivi sasa kumpisha mwenzangu Bwana Peter Wanjohi aweze kuendelea na ratiba inayofuata. Kwako Wanjohi.
Asante sana.
Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Uhuru Kenyatta, Mheshimiwa First Lady Mama Margaret, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, leaders of delegations from 40 countries who have come to witness this solemn occasion. Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Deputy Chief Justice, and the Justices of the Supreme Court, the Speakers of the National Assembly and Senate, the leaders of majority of National Assembly and Senate, the Deputy Speakers, our governors, led by the Chair of the Council of Governors, Governor Nanok, including the Governor of Nairobi, Mike Sonko. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ndugu wa Kenya, hamjambo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Leo tumefika hapa katika shughuli hii ya kumwapisha rais wetu, tukiwa tumekuja pia kusherehekea demokrasia ya nchi yetu ya Kenya. Kwanza kabisa, jameni, munajua tumefika hapa sio kwa nguvu zetu, lakini kwa sababu ya Mungu tunayemwamini aliye mbinguni. Ndipo nimesikia asubuhi ya leo mkiimba, si uchawi, ni maombi. Ni kweli si kweli? Na kwa sababu tumekuja kumuenzi na kumshukuru Mungu, mimi nataka niwaombeni kwa dakika moja tuimbe wimbo Hakuna Mungu Kama Wewe. Na mimi ndio nitakuwa soloist leo. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe, hakuna Mungu kama wewe, hakuna Mungu kama wewe, ewe Mungu wangu. Wewe ni Alfa na Omega, wewe ni Twasema, twasema, Asanteni sana. Tunamshukuru Mungu. We thank God that far our living God has brought us. Ya pili, I want to say on this solemn occasion, we are also gathered here to celebrate our democracy. That today is the culmination of elections that saw members of county assembly, members of parliament, members of senate, our governors, and our president elected in many political parties. And today we celebrate the fact that we have the capacity to decide our destiny, elect our leaders, and choose our priorities as a nation of Kenya. This election was different and special. For the first time, in a special way, this election was decided on two national formations as opposed to the past where we had fragmented political parties. This time, we had our worthy opponents in NASA, and we had the formidable Jubilee Party and our affiliates to contest this election. This election was different because, unlike in the past, where it was about which community you come from, which region you come from, which religion you profess, this election was about issues that affect the people of Kenya. It was about infrastructure, the railway and roads. It was about the education of our children, the health of our citizens, and that marks the steady progress of Kenya to mature politics that is canvassed on the basis of issues that help change the destiny of our country. And let me conclude by saying, going into the future, my friend, Mr. President, we will stand behind you. We will support you as you build on the foundation of the last 4.5 years, building bridges across communities, building bridges of friendship, of unity, of brotherhood. And all of us, as the people of Kenya, must stand together to say no to hate, to resist ethnicity, to refuse division, and to reject violence. And what is important to us going forward is the transformation of our country, the development of our nation. We know very well that there cannot be meaningful development and stability and prosperity if there is no peace. There cannot be peace if there is no justice. And there cannot be justice without the rule of law and the respect of our Constitution. All of us are summoned to work together in that direction. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my humble duty. In our midst, we have many friends. I have said we have close to 47 delegations that have come. But allow me to recognize Mr. Pierre Buyoya, the African High Commission representative for Mali and Sahel, who is in our midst. Tumpigie makofi. His Excellency Mrs. Aminata Toure, former Prime Minister of Senegal. Tumpigie makofi. Famin Ayesa, Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Congo. Tumpigie makofi. Senator Paul Dlamini, Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Swaziland. Pigeni makofi. Gaston Sindimwo, first Vice President of the Republic of Burundi. Pigeni makofi. His Excellency Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Pigeni makofi. Dr. Salma Sulu Hassan, Naibu wa Rais wa Tanzania. Pigeni makofi. Mamadi Youla, Prime Minister of Guinea. Pigeni makofi. Rupia Bwezani Banda, former President of Zambia. Pigeni makofi. Thabo Mbeki, former President of South Africa. Pigeni makofi. Kati yetu tuko na Rais wa Jamhuri ya Somalia, the President of Somalia, Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, and First Lady. Tumpigeni makofi jameni. We also have in our midst the President of Namibia, His Excellency Hage Geingob. Pamoja na First Lady, tumpigie makofi. And Your Excellency, we want to congratulate you on your nomination and win for a second term as President of Namibia. Kati yetu vile vile tuko na His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn, Prime Minister of our friends, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Pigeni makofi. In our midst, we have General Salva Kiir Mayardit and First Lady, the President of the Republic of South Sudan. In our midst, we have Lieutenant General Seretse Khama Ian Khama, President of the Republic of Botswana. Pigeni makofi. And also in our midst we have Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti. Pigeni makofi. To speak on behalf of our friends, I will ask His Excellency Edgar Lungu, the President of the Republic of Zambia, to speak for a few minutes. Your Excellency, Mr. President.
Hamjambo Wakenya. Wakenya mupo? Asante sana. Thank you very much. I want to speak on behalf of His Excellencies, heads of delegation, and indeed all of us who have come here. In very few words, we can say, congratulations, well done, the people of Kenya. We're very proud of you. We are very, very happy that this process has come to an end. We can only urge you to get to work. We were worried as your friends because this process took too long. And we hope you will think about it in the future. We were very worried about you. May God bless the great people of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I will now request His Excellency Ali Bongo Ondima, President of the Republic of Gabon, to come and make some few remarks. Your Excellency.
People of Kenya, good afternoon. I just want to say how pleased and proud I am to be an African today. You people of Kenya have made us very proud. And on behalf of your brothers and sisters from Gabon, I want to bring you a message of peace, love, and solidarity. And most of all, again, congratulations, our brothers and sisters from Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I will now request His Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, come and make some brief remarks. Your Excellency.
Wananchi wa Kenya, mjambo. Nimekuja hapa kusema hongera sana. The people of Rwanda send you very warm greetings and congratulate you for the well-run elections. All the best to you. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Na wa mwisho nitamuuliza mzee wetu ambaye pia ni mwenyekiti wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, Rais wa Uganda Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Hamjambo wa Kenya. Kwa niaba ya ndugu zenu Waganda, nimekuja hapa kutoa hongera kwenu. Hongera uchaguzi. Na ushindi. Na kuhifadhi amani. Naomba Wakenya wote wakumbuke mambo labda matatu manne muhimu. Jambo la kwanza ni amani. Jambo la pili, ustawi wa jamii, prosperity. Jambo la tatu, maendeleo. Na jambo la nne, siasa. Msifikirie siasa peke yake mkasahau yale maneno matatu mengine. Asante sana.
Shukrani Mheshimiwa Rais. Sasa ndugu wa Kenya, ni wakati ambao umefika kilele. Sasa namuuliza kwa heshima kiongozi wetu, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, aje aweze kuhutubia taifa. Mheshimiwa Rais.
Asanteni. Asanteni sana. Kenya oye! Kenya oye! Asanteni sana wenzangu. Niruhusu wenzangu nisome speech yangu kwa sababu ya wageni wale wako na lugha ambayo wataifahamu. Your Excellencies, heads of state and government, Excellencies, heads of delegations, governors representing various counties, senators, members of parliament, Your Excellency, ambassadors and high commissioners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Kenyans, today is yet another historic day for our great motherland, Kenya. First and foremost, our gratitude is to the Almighty God. Indeed, the prophet Isaiah proclaimed that when you pass through the waters, I shall be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. And when you walk through fire, the flames will not consume you. Our God is truly a faithful God, and He heard our voices when we cried out to Him. He listened and answered our prayers. And He has brought us thus far, and He will take us much further. This, fellow Kenyans, is the testimony of our country today, and for this we thank God. Let me at this point welcome all our friends and partners from our region and beyond who have spared their valuable time to come and celebrate with us. We say to them, Asante sana na karibu Kenya. Today we celebrate you, the Kenyan voter, that has been the most important player in this election. Everyone who voted played a role in strengthening our democracy. And indeed, today's celebration is yours. Shukran, wenzangu wa Kenya. You will all agree with me that the task of managing multiple elections is not a simple business. And for this reason, I wish to thank the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission for managing that process under immense pressure. Our judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court, adjudicated our electoral petitions with independence. Let me also take this opportunity to thank my friend and brother, the Deputy President William Ruto, for his energy and optimism that lifted our campaign. I take this opportunity to also thank Rachel Ruto, who has been the spiritual and prayerful bedrock of our campaign and the Kenyan nation. I can also not forget to thank my dear wife, Margaret. You have been a pillar of strength, and your passion to uplift the well-being of every Kenyan inspires me as it inspires millions of Kenyans. Fellow Kenyans, you took the time to listen to the different points of view and to the leaders who asked for your vote. We may have chosen different candidates and different visions, but each one of us voted for a better life. I too listened carefully to my competitors, and in the spirit of inclusivity, I will endeavor to incorporate some of their ideas. This is because the election was not a contest between a good dream and a bad dream. It was a contest between two competing visions. I believe that those who voted for me chose the better vision. This, however, does not invalidate the aspirations of those who did not vote for me. I undertake today to be the custodian of the dreams of all and to be the keeper of the aspirations of those who voted for me and those who did not. I will be president of all. And I will devote my time and energy to build bridges, to unite and bring prosperity to all Kenyans. To all our elected leaders, please accept my congratulations. You won the confidence of the Kenyan voters and the Kenyan people, who are some of the most discerning anywhere in the world. Today, I ask each and every leader to join me in serving the people of Kenya without regard to political affiliation or choice, for every Kenyan deserves our full attention. The election that we have just concluded is probably one of the longest ever held in our continent's history. Today is the 123rd day since we began on August 8th. Today's inauguration therefore marks the end, and I repeat, the end of our electoral process. The elections are now firmly behind us. My fellow Kenyans, it's been a trying time. But once again, Kenyans have shown their resilience in calming their passions and the passions that accompany political competition. Strength, I believe, comes from being tested. And Kenyans have been tested as a people since before our independence. The struggle for freedom was long and hard, but as a people, we overcame. After independence, our nationhood was once again tested by shifter separatism, but again, we overcame. In 1982, Kenya was once again tested by an attempt to overthrow a constitutionally elected government, but we overcame. In 2007, we faced what is probably the greatest political crisis in our country's history, and again, we overcame. Not only did we overcome, but as a people, we gifted ourselves 7 years ago one of the most progressive constitutions in the world. This is our character, a people who come together in the toughest of times to forge ahead, confident that tomorrow will be better. And that is why Kenya stands tall in the community of nations, and this is something we should all be proud of. Fellow Kenyans, the path to a better future is unity. And I believe that we can build a nation in which we live in peace as brothers and sisters, whatever part of the country they come from, whichever way we may worship God, whatever language we speak. Instead of division, I know that we can build a Kenya which prospers by rewarding hard work and leaving no one behind. Brothers and sisters, as I see it, you and I together can build a Kenya which all of us are proud to call home. But as every Kenyan knows, few good things come for free. There are two significant things that I believe we must address ourselves to if we are going to build a united, stable, and prosperous Kenya for all. The first one is to muster the courage to embrace our future by freeing ourselves from the baggage of past grievances. And the second is to keep to the rule of law. Fellow Kenyans, however serious our grievances may be, the law must reign supreme. The law should be the refuge for every Kenyan, and none of us should break outside the law or constitutional order, whatever our grievances or protestations. For those in doubt, let me remind you, when a foreign court, the ICC, demanded compliance of us, despite our serious misgivings about the process, we complied. When the Supreme Court of Kenya ruled to invalidate our election, despite having won and being told that the processes mattered more than your vote, we complied. My administration has demonstrated by its actions its readiness to live and lead by the rule of law. By extension, we expect nothing less from each and every citizen. In the Constitution, we acknowledge the supremacy of the Almighty God of all creation, and we swear to respect our ethnic, cultural, and religious diversity. And we have resolved to live in peace and unity as one indivisible sovereign nation. That, fellow Kenyans, is the Constitution and the laws of Kenya that today we have sworn to protect and defend, and I intend to do so. Our Constitution has created three independent but interdependent arms of government. In its spirit and letter, the Constitution has spelled out the functions of each of these arms, and there are no overlaps, no ambiguities in the execution of these roles. There is no gray area. What is true of each arm of government is true also for the two levels of government. As President, I will play my role as constitutionally defined, and I expect other arms of government to do the same. Ni lazima kila mtu afanye kazi yake kulingana na katiba. This way, together, we will deliver our promise to the people of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, human desires sometimes know no natural limit. Left unmoderated by faith or law, they can destroy a nation. To live together in peace and prosperity, a people must agree on a common set of rules. Kenya is a community of more than 40 million people, all with their own views and beliefs. We have lived together in peace since independence. Proof that even when we disagree, we know how to live under a single set of rules. The greatest challenges to peace and security in our country have come when we have deviated from these rules. In the last 4 months, we have tested the rules and institutions that we established for ourselves. It has not been easy. The IEBC, our courts, our security agencies, all our institutions have been stretched, some almost to breaking point, by the cut and thrust of politics. But they have held. When our institutions work properly, all our expectations are delivered. Some in our favor, and some against. But that is democracy and the rule of law. We have learned that our institutions are far more resilient than we might have thought before. They needed to be tested for us to discover their strengths and weaknesses. And today, we are a people who can tell the world that we live under a robust constitutional order and that our Constitution is no piece of paper, but rather the living expression of our desire to live as one. In our pursuit of perfection in our institutions, I can say that there is always room for improvement. But we should not destroy our institutions every time they do not deliver the individual outcomes we want. Even if the rule of law does not immediately solve all our problems, its progressive application remains our guaranteed protection. Moving on, fellow Kenyans, when I reflect over the last 4 years, there are a number of things that I can say I am proud of. And amongst these, 4 stand out. First, I am proud that we have entrenched devolution. We have built a Kenya where every county is the center of the nation, where every county is the center of economic development. Through devolution, we have delivered government to the people. Secondly, we have built on a firm foundation for economic takeoff. Our aggressive reforms to our business environment have made us the fastest improving business environment anywhere in the world. In 3 years, we have risen 56 places in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index from 136 to 80th, and our target within a few years is to be 50th. And we have, fellow Kenyans, new businesses established to show. We have embarked on building an entirely new world-class railway system and thousands of kilometers of access roads to connect producers to markets. We have ensured our children can study at night because we have connected thousands of schools and millions of homes to electricity. What do these things mean? It means, for example, that since June of this year, more than 500,000 Kenyans have traveled the Mombasa-Nairobi route cheaper, faster, and safer than ever before. It means that the children of Gaithigiri Primary School, a public school in Meru, had a mean score this year of 404 to claim the 6th position nationwide. They have made the most of this opportunity, and next year will send many of their 71 exam candidates to national schools. Thirdly, we have made investments and reforms that have begun to transform healthcare delivery in Kenya. Through the free maternity program, our mothers no longer see delivery of our children as a life-threatening experience. Similarly, the expansion of public hospital infrastructure and the transformation of NHIF have improved access to quality health care for millions of Kenyans. Fourthly, we have reformed our education system. We have restored the credibility of our exams. We have made education the great equalizer by removing exam fees, by providing digital learning devices, and by reviving our technical and vocational training institutes. So, fellow Kenyans, let me now define the road ahead. For the last 5 months, I have held over 700 campaign meetings across the entire length and breadth of our country. I have spoken and interacted directly with millions of Kenyans. As we engaged wananchi in small market centers, from Kimende to Kimilili, from Bura to Bumala, from Elwak to Elbagon, from Witu to Undanyi, we took on board their views, hopes, and aspirations. Most resonated well with our agenda, while some had proposals on issues that they felt we should include in our agenda in order to further positively impact their lives. When the dust settled after the August 8th election, it was abundantly clear that Kenyans had given the Jubilee Party and her affiliates an overwhelming mandate to execute our agenda. You gave us 62% of all the governors. You gave us 61% of all members of the National Assembly, including women representatives. You gave us 58% of all the senators, as well as 55% of the membership of our county assemblies from every region of the country. And I am greatly humbled by this. These numbers tell us that Kenyans know what they want, and we are determined to fulfill the Jubilee development agenda that they chose. And with such an overwhelming mandate, my party and I can have no excuses. Fellow Kenyans, this is my second and final term as president. I have taken on board the aspirations of the people of Kenya to move forward, and as I have done before, I dedicate all my energies and that of my administration towards achieving two principal objectives over the course of the next 5 years. The first is to strengthen the ties that bind us as Kenyans at every level of our society. It is time for us as a people to learn that it is fine for us to agree to disagree while still strengthening our bonds of unity and nationhood. On my part, I have begun reaching out to all leaders across the political divide, restating my commitment and expressing my willingness to work with them to achieve this objective of nationhood. My second priority is born out of all the interactions that I have had during my first term, and more so, refreshed during the campaigns. Over the next 5 years, my administration will target 100% universal health care coverage for all Kenyan households. Let me explain what this means. Some of you will recall, for example, Jackson Wamai, a 28-year-old teacher from Muranga, diagnosed with kidney failure, and who once had to travel several hours to and from Nairobi for dialysis, threatening his livelihood. Today, it takes him 20 minutes to get a dialysis session in Muranga, and his job is secure. What's more, he doesn't have to pay for it. The NHIF covers it. But Jackson is only one of 6.8 million beneficiaries of NHIF cover. Within 5 years, my administration will ensure that 13 million Kenyans and their dependents are beneficiaries of this scheme. This vision will be driven by a complete reconfiguration of the National Hospital Insurance Fund and reform of the laws governing private insurance companies. Furthermore, it is also my intention to facilitate affordable housing and a home ownership program that will ensure that every working family can afford a decent home. That is why over the next 5 years, my administration will move to create 500,000 new homeowners. My administration will focus on attracting from both public and private sectors the injection of patient, low-cost capital into the housing sector. policy and administrative reforms which are targeted at lowering the cost of construction and improving accessibility of affordable mortgages will be given first priority. Creating jobs and opportunities for our young population is also a top priority. In this regard, we will target manufacturing. As you know, our manufacturing sector is the primary vehicle for creation of decent jobs. We will build on ongoing efforts such as the VW and Peugeot motor vehicle assembly plants, the fertilizer blending factories, Wrigley's and in the confectionery industry, and similarly, we will target the creation of 1,000 small and medium-scale enterprises in agro-processing. Over my term, it is my intention to grow and sustain this manufacturing sector and raise its share of the national cake from the current 9% to 15%. To achieve this leap, I have directed that with the effect of 1st December 2017, the power tariffs charged to manufacturers will be reduced by 50% between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 a.m. This in line with our policy of a 24-hour economy. Further, my administration will focus on developing the following subsectors: agro-processing, textiles and apparel, leather processing, construction materials, innovation and IT, mining and extractives. The underlining theme will be one of value addition, as well as value and job creation. Whether it is our vegetables, our tea, our coffee, oil or gemstones, our policies and actions as a government over the next 5 years will be to ensure that as much value and as many jobs as possible are created and retained in Kenya. We shall also reach out to our key trading partners to work with us to achieve a win-win outcome that enables Kenyans to get the most out of their products. This will involve negotiations to open new international markets for our products and to attract even more investment. The recent prolonged drought has taught us some painful and expensive lessons. We must completely re-engineer our agricultural sector in order to be food secure. Never again should we allow the vagaries of weather to hold us hostage. Over the next 5 years, we shall invest heavily in securing our water towers and river ecosystems to harvest and sustainably exploit the potential of our water resources. We shall take steps to address idle arable land ownership and utilization. We shall take steps to encourage and facilitate large-scale commercial agriculture to help diversify our staples. And we shall redesign subsidies to the sector to ensure they target improvements in food yields and production quality. And we shall provide, together with other actors, key enablers within the farming process that will address distribution, wastage, storage, value addition of all our agricultural commodities. These initiatives, fellow Kenyans, are achievable. However, I, more than anyone, know that they will not be attained without addressing the institutional failings of governance. I want today to put the public service on notice. It is not going to be business as usual. I will not allow faceless bureaucrats and functionaries to deny the public the quality of service they deserve from their government. Secondly, we will engage with the judiciary to address the protracted delays in our justice system and the use of our courts to sabotage the delivery of government programs. This has been at great expense to the Kenyan taxpayer. Thirdly, through Parliament, we shall enact legislation to strengthen fiscal discipline and accountability at both the national and county levels. Every shilling of Kenya's taxpayer money must be fully accounted. Fellow Kenyans, indeed, as President Museveni has just said, no one eats politics. For the last 50 years, we have watched as the Asian economies have risen to wealth while much of Africa has stagnated. The difference is that they used politics to create vibrant economies for their people. In our case, we have pursued politics as an end in itself, rather than a means to economic prosperity. This must end. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to thank Kenya's friends in the international community for standing with us. Kenya is a proud member of the community of nations, and we will always work hard to remain a force for good. We will continue to strengthen our economic ties and our bilateral and multilateral relations. We have all learned that in the fight against international terrorism, free and democratic nations are allies against a common enemy. We will continue to fight together, to share our knowledge and to support our allies. Indeed, as we have for half a century, we will work for peace in our region, for that is what a good neighbor does. For my fellow Africans, the free movement of people on our continent has always been a cornerstone of Pan-African brotherhood and fraternity. Today, I am directing that any African wishing to visit Kenya will be eligible to receive a visa at the port of entry. To underscore Kenya's commitment to Pan-Africanism, this shall not be done on the basis of reciprocity. The freer we are to travel and live with one another, the more integrated and appreciative of our diversity we become. The political balkanization that risks our mutual security, the negative politics of identity, will recede as our brotherhood expands to embrace more Africans. Finally, to our brothers and sisters in the East African community, you are our closest friends. Our fate and yours are joined at the hip. Our troubles and triumphs are yours, and yours are ours. I will work with you, my brothers, the leaders of the East African community, to once again bring renewed energy and optimism to our union. Together, I believe we can deliver the peace and prosperity for which our citizens are crying out. Divided, we will struggle to realize the full potential of our people. As a mark of our continued commitment to you, our brothers and sisters in the East African community, from today, you will be treated like Kenyans. Like your Kenyan brothers and sisters, you will only need your identity card. You can now work, do business, own property, farm, and if you wish and find a willing partner, you can marry and settle in Kenya. And this commitment we make, again with no conditions for reciprocity, but driven by our desire for deeper regional integration. As I welcome you, I also remind you that equally you shall be subject to the same rules and laws as your Kenyan brothers and sisters. Finally, fellow citizens, I want to remind every Kenyan that God commands us to love and protect our neighbor, and that the safety and prosperity of our nation also depends on how you treat your neighbor. Your neighbor can be from any community, can worship differently from you, but it is they who will take you to hospital on a late night when an emergency strikes. They will run to your door in response to your cries of alarm. Your children will play with theirs regardless of their differences, of the differences adults have. I today once again urge all of you to be your brother's keeper. Every day, I will work to bring you closer to your dreams and to unite our beloved country. This sacred task, however, goes beyond the work of a president or any group of government officials. I call on all peace-loving Kenyans to join me in this endeavor. Fellow Kenyans, as I conclude, let me celebrate our children. The greatest joy of my presidency has been my interaction with them. They have and remain my greatest strength and inspiration. They are a clean slate on which we can write the future. In them, I see the promise of a nation on the rise. In them, I see the promise of a united nation, whose identity is not defined by ethnic markings, and we shall overcome our ethnic barriers, and we shall do so by learning from our children. I see this promise in that young, beautiful girl, Goldalyn Kakuya, who is here with us today. She overcame her special needs to emerge top of the nation in her KCPE exams. All of us together celebrated and loved her for her achievement. Indeed, if Goldalyn overcame, so too will Kenya. Today, I direct that in line with our promise in our manifesto of free-day secondary education, all candidates who sat their KCPE exam this year must know their Form 1 placement before Christmas of this year. Fellow Kenyans, I ask you all today to make a pledge. I ask you today to reject pessimism and cynicism in your thoughts and talk about Kenya. Instead, embrace the empowerment that comes from optimism and hope, even when times are tough. Pledge that no matter what language you speak, that no matter what part of Kenya you come from, that no matter your religion or your social status, you will be your brother's keeper. Pledge to work as hard as you can to improve your productivity and to ensure that your children grow up honest and productive Kenyans, and to grow your country to the best of your ability. I ask you today to pledge to reject the politics of division, hate, and violence, and instead take the higher, more sacred road of working to build your community and our beloved country, Kenya. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Kenya, and God bless Africa. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki.